catch! Unbelievable catch! Here we are at PlaceYourBet.Vegas. Okay. And we're at KCHP 1400 right here in fabulous Las Vegas. I am I can't say your ringmaster, Sal, because that's the other show. I am Sal the bookmaker here. That's Tommy T, and that is Stevie Slapshot, but you can call him Statomatic.
Okay, so we're going to do the Facebook Live thing. It's fine.
Why not? We're doing everything. Because we can.
I want to start out with your second favorite sport. I'd like to start out with either your favorite sport or your second favorite sport. College basketball is Sal the bookmaker's second favorite sport. And the big news today is that the mighty Blue Devils of Duke will not be going undefeated this season.
It doesn't matter. They beat themselves. Did you watch the game?
Yes, I did.
I did too.
Amazing. One of the things that we talked about during the week, and this actually came to fruition, big word Raider fans, came to fruition, is that the experience of Gonzaga really did take advantage of the youth of Duke. And that's what Coach Krzyzewski after the game said, that they were more experienced than us, and you could absolutely tell. They have a senior point guard. They have Zach Norvell, who's been there a couple years. And Gonzaga, Gonzaga's a good team. So I want to know how you felt about that.
No,
game.
You know what? I watched the game just like you did, and I saw, okay, here's a Gonzaga team that has all the right mature upperclassmen, and rightfully so. Those guys played a very good game. They're very well coached. Yes. But at the same time, you saw 4 freshmen on the other side that said, what just hit us? But then they realized what hit them, and then as soon as Clark went out with his 4th foul with 12 and a half minutes left in the game, right, the game turned around. And then Duke had every chance to put it away at the end, or at least to tie it, or to go up. They just didn't deliver. But remember, even Gonzaga missed 4 foul shots at the end of the game, too. They could have sealed it away a long time ago. Yeah. Neither team wanted this game.
They made it
and actually, Duke ended up beating themselves, really. And I said this, guys, I had said this yesterday. This is exactly what happens. Duke ends up playing themselves, and Duke is going to beat themselves. And that's exactly what happened today. Because the freshmen came out there, and that's what they did, because they were clearly better than the guys over at Gonzaga.
Well, they fell behind by 16. Of course, they came back, and they had a run in them. Well, another interesting part of this game, though, is Gonzaga is without their best player. Killian Tilly's injured. So, I mean, they beat Duke without their best player. He's their preseason All-American. If these teams meet again in the March Madness or again in the Final Four, I would look for a different result. I think that the freshmen of Duke would be ready, more prepared for this. But let's keep it real. Gonzaga is the kind of team that can win the national championship. Beating Duke this early in the season has to give them confidence, right?
They don't need confidence. They're already the number 3 ranked team in the nation. The fact is, a 1 plays a 3. The 3 beats the 1. They basically switch positions in the rankings, and that's fine. At this juncture, look, the fact is that a 1 lost to a 3, that's a big deal. Now, if 1 lost to a nobody, or a nothing burger, as Steve says, right? If they lose to a nothing burger, well, guess what happens? They go plummeting down, right? And just like we saw with, who the hell was it? A couple of days ago. It was hold on.
Yes,
hold of thoughts.
Well, so no. Basically, what you're saying is Duke lost his.
Oh no! It was Villanova loses to Furman.
Oh, adios.
All right, so Villanova loses to Furman. You're out of here. That's exactly what happened.
So Duke is going to go to number 2. I agree.
Duke goes to 2 or 3, whatever. It's not that big a deal.
Probably number 2. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference.
None of it matters because at this point in the season, look, that's actually a good loss. I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter because nothing really happened there.
Yeah,
it's not going to affect anything. But moving on.
In honor of Gonzaga beating an excellent Duke team, we have to give them our first gong of approval, right? I mean,
what's with the gong of approval? Wait, hold on. The people at home didn't hear that.
We're going to give them the gong of approval. Okay?
All right, do that again so they can hear it.
There. I got to do 3 in 30 seconds.
Oh wait, hold on. I had it wrong. Do it again.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Do it again.
Sorry, AM 1400 KSHB listeners. I got to do the gong of approval one more time.
Do it again. There it goes. All right.
That's for the Zags. I know. Sal likes to call them the Zags, but they are actually the Bulldogs.
Correct.
Right. It's interesting. No one ever calls them the Bulldogs, right?
Oh, you know what? They are the Bulldogs. I mean, call them the Bulldogs already. And that's how you got to look at it. Exactly.
Okay. All right. Very, very good. Very good. So,
hey, I used to have a bulldog. His name was Bluto. His full name was Blutarski. Yeah, no kidding.
I love that.
It's the only picture I carry.
A great name for a bulldog.
Of course it is. Yeah. Yes, and it's the only picture I carry in my wallet. And you will see, this is.
Does he look like Bellucci?
Hold on. Let me turn this here.
Blutarski? Is that from?
That's Belushi, John Belushi.
That's what I thought.
There he is. All right, everybody at home can see him. And there he is. That's Bluto.
Oh, I love Bluto.
That's Bluto.
Bluto's a great name for a dog. Yeah.
Bluto the Bulldog. But his full name was Blutarski from Animal House.
Okay.
That's what was on his papers.
I believe it.
So, and of course, the parents always get mad. Like for me, it was like, Salvatore, get down here. For me, it was Blutarski, get over here.
They called you Salvatore?
Salvatore, of course.
And what did you say when they called you Salvatore? That's 8-year-old Sal.
I know. All I have is my boss and my word. I have my boss and my word, and I don't break them for nobody.
Okay.
That's funny stuff.
Moving on. LeBron James returned to Cleveland, now for the second time after leaving via free agency. The first time after he left for Miami, of course, it was a terrible scene. It was a terrible decision, no pun intended. It was terrible the way he did it. But this time, he went back to Cleveland, and now he comes back in with the Los Angeles Lakers. And they accepted him. They gave a nice, warm ovation, and the Cleveland fans, they appreciated it.
Do we have the boo sound?
Do
we have the boo? Play the boo sound. There it is, folks.
For what?
Play the boo sound for LeBrick.
No, we're not playing the boo sound.
Play the boo sound for LeBrick. Play it.
Listen, I'm in
play
control of the board.
Say it and play it.
I'm in control of the board. We're giving LeBron an applause.
Oh.
We're a big LeBron supporter here.
Here's this guy. He's been doing this for 3 weeks, and he's suddenly in control. Never. This guy thinks he's in control over here.
He doesn't like it.
You know what it is? It's
you trade me.
This is no. You fight great, but I'm a great fighter. Remember that one?
Of course. Yeah.
That's right. Who said that?
Mike Tyson.
All right. Who else said that?
You fight great, but I'm a great fighter.
Apollo Creed said that to Rocky.
Yes. Okay, yes.
All right.
Oh, no, Mike Tyson said everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Right. No, Mike Tyson said, you fight great, but I'm a great fighter.
We don't have to do impressions here. We're not impressionists. But I appreciate the effort. Thank you.
Are you serious?
Thank you.
Come on, man.
Okay, so listen, I want to talk a little bit about LeBron's return to Cleveland. I know that you big basketball fans, you big NBA fans, really want to dig into this. The Lakers beat Cleveland today. It was a close game. They won 109-105. They didn't play really great. Again, this Laker team isn't great. The Cleveland team's horrible. They were 2-13 coming into this game, so they're bad. But Cleveland led most of the game. Ironically, led by two ex-Lakers, Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance, who are both very good players. The Lakers traded both of those guys last year to free up space.
Yeah.
Basically traded them to free up money to sign LeBron.
Okay.
So this Laker team is incomplete. Very incomplete. LeBron's their best player. Lonzo scores 15 points today, which is the highest he's scored in probably 8 or 9 games. He hasn't been shooting. I looked up Lonzo's shooting numbers, and Sal, you're right. He's shooting 38% from the floor. He's shooting 35% from three.
He can't shoot his weight of a wet paper bag.
He can't shoot. He can't shoot.
This
And this
terrible.
is how bad Lonzo is. My son, my 17-year-old son, is starting to give up on him a little bit. My son is he's a very loyal Lakers fan.
Your son Roman.
And my son Roman. He wants to give them he wants to give Lonzo and Brandon Ingram a break, but he's starting to waver, and he said, I don't know if they have I don't know if they have star written all over them.
He's
I don't see
waffling.
them as being stars. So he's starting to waver a little bit. Lonzo's going to have to pick up his game, or else my son's going to want to trade Ingram and Lonzo for Kemba Walker later in the year, or one of those other named players that are going to get moved. My son's going to want to make a trade.
He's waffling and wavering.
Yes. And can you blame him? I mean, this Laker team is not a good shooting team. And in this day and age, Henry, what movie is that from?
I don't know. That was the worst impression I've ever heard in my life.
You don't even know what I was impressing.
I know. That's my point. I had no idea.
Listen, do Mike Tyson again. Well, do it again. Go ahead.
Are you serious?
I'm ready for you.
Are you serious?
That actually wasn't that bad. Okay, I'm gonna.
All right. How about a round of applause?
Give you a round of applause.
Here is a round of applause.
I got the sound effects. Thank you.
There's a round of applause. Okay. All right. Perfect.
Okay, so let me just give for Stevie Slapshot for teaching me how to run the
Statomatic.
I'm just going to give Steve, that's the gong of approval for Steve, for helping me out, Steve, in the first 6 weeks here. You've really been a big help, and I've enjoyed it.
Remember, he's been playing with his gong of approval at home.
Steve.
Give me one of those sanitary wipes so I can clean it up.
Oh, no. Hey.
Okay, another NBA note, and this is a little interesting right now. The New York Knickerbockers beat the Boston Celtics today in Boston. And that's a big upset.
And what, New York, aren't they like 4-13, now 4-14, or 5-13? 5-13. The pitiful Knicks.
Boston slipped to 9-9, and they're off to a bad start. That's supposed to be the most talented team in the Eastern Conference. They're struggling a little bit. They have everyone thinks, and I agree, one of the best coaches in the NBA. I mean, he's a fantastic coach.
Yeah.
With Brad Stevens,
Yeah,
right? He's a
yeah,
fantastic
Brad.
coach. Everyone likes him. He's likable, but he's tough. The players respect him, and they all play defense for him.
Yeah.
One of the problems that the Celtics are having is the Gordon Hayward's back from his terrible injury last year, and he is not playing well. He's shooting 28% from three-point range. I mean, he wishes he was shooting.
Yeah, but
as
Gordon
good as
Hayward,
Lonzo.
I mean, look, he's a big guy. He could play a solid 3 or even a 2 spot, and this guy will pound it in down low too, though.
He's not a down low player.
But he
needs to
can't.
shoot well.
No, he can't. He can play with his back to the basket.
He needs to shoot well. If he doesn't pull up his shooting percentages, he's going to be largely ineffective for them. They don't want Gordon Hayward playing down low. They want him shooting better, and he needs to improve. He's just not playing.
He's
well
got
right
a
now.
good game from maybe 10, 12 foot out.
He's got a good 3-point
Well,
shot.
he's got that, but remember, you can't rely on the 3 in the NBA.
Normally, you can. You can rely on the 3, and he has to improve. I mean, that's the point I'm making. Is he's not playing well right now, and that's a problem with them. So, you want to argue some more about Gordon Hayward as we go out of our last 30 seconds here?
Oh, no, I don't want to argue right now. I'll argue at the next, I guess, when we come back. Anyway, folks, make sure you join us in just a few minutes. We're going to take off for just maybe about a minute and 48 seconds. Whatever the hell it is, we'll be back here on Place Your Bet. I am Sal the Bookmaker. Don't go anywhere. All right. Let's take these things off.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward's not playing with his back to the basketball.
No, but he can play.
No, not really.
He can. Yes, he can.
I mean, a little bit, but not really. That's
can.
not where they want him.
All right, there goes Steve. Oh, you guys are live. Let's see how my power supply is going here. I have no idea. I should be okay on power.
He loves it.
Plug this in. Hey, it's fun. It's interesting. It's something to do. It's something interesting to do. And let's see, how much power do we have?
So when the phone is facing me like that, then I'm on camera. And when
Right
it's-
now, you are. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So don't flip it off.
I don't flip it off. I mean, you're the one you got to watch.
Hey.
Okay, so we're coming back right here, right? Correct.
Everything that's in its path. Look out! I'm flipping off the chair now.
Okay, I'm doing.
All right, here we go.
American Business Trust Company, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Same. Yeah, I don't know what my power
How'd you
is.
prepare the turkey?
Hold on, folks.
In the oven?
And if she makes vegan meals, I'll eat them because, like I said, they're normally good. But we had turkey. I mean, I said a little bit of turkey. I mean, I didn't have a big meal.
Well, you know, you gotta keep everything going for your hot yoga classes and crap.
Oh, that reminds me. Good. Thank you for reminding me. On the way back in, I'll do a little bit about that. Not giving a plug, but I'll tell you what I did before the meal.
My
today.
concern meter
You talk about goat
is on
yoga?
0.
No.
Okay.
Today was a little different than a yoga.
Oh wait,
class.
what's the? Oh wait, hey wait. What was her name? Your instructor? What was her name?
Instructor?
Heidi
Today
or
was Minta.
what tool?
Minta. The last class was Mindy.
Mindy, that's what it was.
Mindy's the yoga teacher. She's very good.
Okay.
Very
Minta.
good. Minta is
Minta?
Judge.
Minta.
Minta Judge.
How about a little Minta chocolate chip ice cream?
It sounds like a throat lozenge.
Minta. Exactly.
Okay, save that. Look, I don't
Mint.
want to save it. We're almost back.
Minta the
We're-
lozenge.
We're back in.
Imagine. Hey,
55
Minta.
Seconds.
Minta, let's go out for a date, huh?
But Steve, I pretty much got this down, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I pretty much.
Minta.
Yeah, I
this.
told Danny that today.
The hell's
Yeah,
a Minta?
I'm almost there.
Who names their kid Minta? Minta's parents, right? I don't know.
He's a little distracting.
It's
I
fun.
can't keep a thought.
I'll relax.
Alka and
I'm
seltzer.
good. I'm good.
Here, this is for Minta.
Okay, 30 seconds.
I know. Listen to my
Be
promo.
nice.
Here's
Listen,
my
I got all
promo.
these people trying to stream our show, so be nice to them at the yoga studio. Don't bag on it so much. Like I'm
Did
telling
I?
everyone about it.
I didn't say a word about it.
I'm just go easy on her name. She's a very nice lady.
We're on Facebook Live, and that's it.
So you can call in and
Say
participate
what?
with our
We're on
chaos
Facebook Live.
if you
Yeah,
dare.
so be
Join
nice.
me and celebrity guests for
on,
Havoc and
they're
Mayhem
listening to my
Wednesdays
promo.
at 5 p.m. here on KSHB 1400. Remember, folks, it's a circus, and we prove it every day.
All right.
back to Place Your Bet. This segment is brought to you by the American Business Trust Company, helping your company with business strategy, sales and marketing, capital resources, and establishing your company with a physical location or on the internet. You decide. You bring the idea, and the American Business Trust Company can help with the rest. Visit them online at www.abtrustcode.com or call 657-600-1876. That's the American Business Trust Company, 657-600-1876. Call them today. They can help your business right away. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I was just talking to Steve and Sal here, letting them know that before my Thanksgiving dinner, I went to my yoga class, but I didn't do yoga today. I actually did a kettlebell boot camp. And Sal knows about this because Sal knows another studio in town, and he's actually been there and watched the classes. The kettlebell boot camp is basically a 60-minute non-stop boot camp with weights, dumbbells, kettlebells, jumping, running, lifting, non-stop the whole 60 minutes. A little different than the yoga that I do and a little different than Pilates. It's a killer class. And you got to do that before Thanksgiving.
Is it?
How the hell are you going to do it before Thanksgiving? I mean, what, you got about, 3 hours left?
I've never heard of this.
You got 3 hours before Thanksgiving. Quick, let's run to the kettlebell gym.
What do we do like Christmas Eve?
That's ridiculous.
Christmas Eve, do we go on maneuvers?
Before
What's going
your
on?
big-
I know, quick, right
before
from
your
here.
big Thanksgiving dinner, you
Steve-
want to do a kettlebell boot camp.
Steve, right from here, we have to go right to the Kettlebell Sanctuary, and my friend Michelle and Moses, they own that place over here in town in Las Vegas. But anyway, the fact is, he wants you to go right from here.
You could give a free plug, but I
Hey,
can't.
I didn't say where exactly it was or anything
Okay.
like that.
No, I'm glad that you did. I'm glad the Kettlebell Sanctuary is probably another good place that I'd like to try out. Maybe you and I could go do a class there sometime.
Yeah, maybe we can.
Look at
Maybe we can, but maybe we can't. I don't know.
Anyway, so the boot camp is tough. I mean, I think basically the teacher's like 28 years old. The other 30 people in the class are 28, 25 years old, and then there's me, twice their age. Not trying to keep up or hang in there, but
Here's
it's just
Tommy.
what I do.
Here goes Tommy at
You know?
74 years old. He's rumbling in there,
Is
halfway
it
to
inside?
148.
Oh yeah, no, it's in a hot room. It's a heated room. The room is 90 degrees. The room's 90 degrees with 60% humidity. So I mean, it's like working out in a sauna.
It's like
Yeah,
going.
huge.
It's like going to Florida and working out outside in the middle of the summertime.
It is.
Yeah,
exactly.
really.
When I think of boot camp, though, I think of going over walls and crawling on your belly.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And-
Busted ass.
And that's a normal thought. And that's what everyone has stole the term, and they put it indoors. There used to be a boot camp in Los Angeles that I did for years before I moved there. It was
Of course you did.
aptly named Barry's Boot Camp, and that was the first boot camp I used to do.
Barry's
it was
Boot
in the
Camp.
gym.
He said-
Station to station boot camp.
Barry's Boot Camp.
Yeah.
And kettlebell is just the name of this place?
Well,
or
yeah,
does
I mean-
kettlebell
Wait,
mean
do you know what a
You know
kettlebell
what
is?
kettlebell is?
No,
It-
not
it's
sure.
like a weight with a handle on it. It's like a so there's different size weights.
okay.
You know, so I did like I
Right.
had a 10-pound and a 15-pound weight with a handle.
Right,
It's
you
like a
do
belt.
the jerk and the snatch and all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff with
but
it.
that-
Oh, those are real terms.
No, it
They're,
is.
they're real terms.
He's not being funny right now.
Right,
He's
you get
actually-
clean snatches and everything.
Yes.
I'm serious. Look it up. That is actually a term.
Steve, again, I have free passes. Anytime you guys want to come to a boot
Well,
camp with me. I have free
right.
I'm
passes.
in for a jerk and a snatch right before
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
There you go. Hey, keep it clean. This is a family. This is a family show, Mister. But no,
You
these
said
are
it was terms.
Yeah, these are
So
real
these are
terms. They're real terms.
Well, then I didn't say anything bad, did I?
No,
Okay.
no.
you
And there
go.
goes Tommy
do
saying
that.
when you start talking about the
do
jerk
that.
and the snatch and his little friend. Here we go again. You know, we already went down this path before. I can't believe you put it in there again.
Well, all I was doing was talking about kettlebell boot camp.
People
Easy
don't
one.
need to hear about your little friend, right?
Listen, you have it in the sound effect chart here. What do you want me to do?
All I know is
Part
you.
of the list.
Look, you're the one that keeps hitting. Say hello to my little friend.
I've hit it once today.
That.
The first time.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You're the one that actually brought it out.
It's the first time.
You brought it out. You're like, oh, say hello to my little friend. We're talking about a jerk and snatch. Unbelievable. Yeah, well, see,
Remember that. Tozzolino, remember that.
remember what?
Remember that.
Remember,
I
Tommy's
bumped
not
into-
breaking them for
I
nobody.
bumped into Sal in the parking lot on the way in tonight. He goes, well, one second. I got to go to my trunk. And I thought he was going to get the bat again.
Well, I had to do that the other day.
No, he's very good with the bat.
Sal, get the bat.
Yeah.
That's all you do. Sal, get the
Yeah.
bat. And all of a sudden, and then he's got batting gloves Velcroed around the bat. So did you put the batting gloves on before
Yeah.
you... Oh my goodness.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, whenever you take care of some business, you got to make sure you get rid of the fingerprints.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Also,
Okay.
you don't want blisters.
This guy's a rookie over here. He has no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
What? With what?
Exactly.
I didn't hear what you said. I was looking for the next.
Well, you got to get rid of the fingerprints, the possibility of fingerprints. So you always put the gloves on.
You are a real Chicago Italian. I'll tell you that much right now.
Hey,
real Italian.
at least I'm not an LA Italian. How about a round of applause?
Yes. Let's
right, here it is.
Let's get
Get it in there.
For the real Chicago Italian.
Yes. Yes. All right. Let me put these headphones
Put those
back
back
on.
on, buddy.
Got the
I want
headphones
to talk
back
to you
on.
guys about Manny Machado.
Okay.
He's backtracking a comment that he made during the playoffs.
Oh,
I don't know if
Manny.
you guys remember this comment.
I do remember.
Where he said he talked about not running a ground ball out in
Yeah.
the playoffs.
I know, what an
Not
idiot.
out in the playoffs. And he said,
blithering
well,
idiot.
I'm not the Johnny Hustle type of player.
But that's not me. It's never
not
going to
me.
be. I don't do that kind of stuff.
I'm not a big Machado fan either. Even though he's a great player, I'm not a big fan of that. So now he's officially in the free agent
Yeah.
world,
Right.
and the Yankees have already come back and said we have a little problem with that.
Yeah, Hal Steinbrenner.
said we have a little problem with that comment,
Yeah. Hal doesn't like the idea of Manny being Manny.
which means, bottom line is that Hal's like, listen, we're not paying $350 million for I'm not Johnny Hustle. We'll pay $250 million. My guess is that these teams are offering much less than Machado was expecting in the free agent world.
I wouldn't pay a nickel 98 off of that comment.
Yes. No, me neither.
What, you want a guy who's not going to run out ground balls? Remember the ball that he hit off the left field wall and it ended up being a single
base.
because he's watching it?
In the playoffs. In the World Series, in the playoffs. I mean, if you're not hustling then, you're never hustling.
I know this guy, and you know what he said? I'm going to walk back to the statement. You know why? Because he wants to be paid, and he wants to be paid $300-400 million. And Hal Steinbrenner says,
said.
yeah, right. And Hal says, well, we're going to look at a guy like that, but he's going to have to do it our way. The fact is, Hal has to bring him in as a third baseman because he isn't worth a crap at shortstop.
Yeah, his defensive metrics are not good at short either. But my guess is that
That's what I
Hal
just said.
Steinbrenner, we're repeating each other. We're good at that.
Well, you gotta be
my
like
guess is that Hal's not the only one lowballing him. I mean, I know that
Right.
his agents are
Well,
out there.
the
They're
Phillies
looking
are
for-
going to take him.
Well, the Phillies have a lot of people from Baltimore in the front office that know Machado well.
Yeah.
I think the Phillies are in the lead too.
Yeah.
But maybe, who knows, maybe the Phillies offered him a lot less than he's expecting.
Good.
I mean, because both Machado and Bryce Harper...
He deserves to go to Philadelphia. You know why?
Yes.
Tell me why. Because they booed Santa Claus. That's why.
They booed Santa Claus.
They boo everybody.
They booed Michael Irvin with...
They boo everybody. Exactly.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
They boo everybody.
So, I'm going to give the Philly fans, make them feel at home here, and I'm going to give Hal Steinbrenner the gong of approval.
They need the Philly cheer, not the Bronx cheer. The Philly cheer is just a chorus of
The
boos.
Bronx cheer is this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
The Bronx cheer is that.
That's that.
Hey, right here. That's the Bronx cheer.
Exactly.
Because
Da-da-da-da-da.
Mickey Rivers got a
That's
few,
it.
Yeah, you showed me Sal, and when Sal was getting the bat out of his trunk, he had a Mickey Rivers autographed Yankee cap. It was awesome. But Mickey Rivers got a big fat Bronx cheer during the 1976 World Series when
Pete Rose.
You remember? Sal, I mean, Steve's great with this. Pete
Oh, yeah.
Rose parked himself
Remember, that's-
15 feet up the third baseline, right?
Yeah, I dared him to bunt.
And dared him to bunt or dared him to try to slap it past him, messed him all up. He couldn't get nothing
Statmaster
going.
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve knows his stuff.
I'm telling you, man. He's got
Right.
multiple names.
Good job.
Statmaster Steve,
Good job.
Statomatic, Stevie Slap,
All right,
Stevie
good
Slap.
job.
He's got everything.
Steve, you get it again.
The good thing about Mickey Rivers was he would walk up to the plate like he had two broken legs, and then he'd hit something, and he was off like a rocket.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
My
Like a rocket.
grandfather said it best. During the year, my grandfather said he walks like he's got eggs in his shoes.
Yeah.
Like he was so gentle with
Yeah.
the walk. He's like
Yeah, but somehow he'd make it from like 0-60 in 2.3.
He was very fast.
It was unbelievable.
But he had problems. He couldn't go back on a ball. If you had a ball over his head, the guy could not run back on a ball. He only could come in on a ball. He was
Right.
very limited in all.
Yeah,
his
he
play.
backpedaled.
No, even when he turned, he would take his eye off the ball.
Right, but the
Like
point, well, you're supposed to run to a spot and then look for the
Yeah.
ball, right?
Yeah.
But the fact is, he would backpedal, and it was like watching the Bad News Bears.
That's what Jackie Bradley does better than anybody I've seen in years. When the ball's hitting the air, he runs to where the ball's going to come down.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
He's
that's
just
The
what you're
Dodgers had a
standing.
guy named Willie Crawford. You guys remember
Of
Willie
course,
Crawford?
remember Willie Crawford,
He would
yes.
turn his back completely to the plate, run to a spot,
That's
turn
it.
around, and that's where the
That's
ball
what
came.
the ball
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Jackie Bradley does that.
Yeah, that's a good outfielder does that.
The Dodgers later had Carl Crawford, who was Willie Crawford's grandson. No.
Yeah.
They just had Carl Crawford.
No, all they
He
did was
wasn't a good-
pay Carl Crawford.
Well,
That's
they
it.
did it. The Red Sox did. They
Well-
took him off the Red Sox hands. The Red Sox gave him that ridiculous contract and got rid of him in a year later.
Well, Tampa gave him a lot of money too.
No, the Red Sox. Tampa gave him no money. That's why he ended up.
Oh
with
no,
the Red
he
Sox.
came from Tampa.
Yeah,
That's right. He came from Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tampa doesn't really pay anybody.
Not
Do they?
anybody. No.
Look, wait.
As
Well,
soon as
imagine with Snell, right? You got your Cy Young.
got him one more
Ship
year.
him off. Right,
No,
exactly.
that's-
We don't want him anymore.
His business model is do good for us for a year and then go make money elsewhere. That's the business model,
Right.
and it works.
Hey, you
for
know
them.
what? That was just like the Clippers did the same thing,
With-
right? The Clippers did that for a living. Donald Sterling, that's how he made all his money in the NBA,
Yeah,
right? Develop a player. Oh, he's good now. Let's get rid of
Well,
him.
he was also one of the biggest slumlords in the history of LA too. That's also why he made
Yeah, but we're
his
not,
money.
we're not talking about that. We're talking about players and player development, for Christ's sakes.
You're right. Okay, so quickly,
This guy.
very quickly, you mentioned the Phillies for Machado. Where does Bryce Harper end up?
Philly.
They both can't end up in Philly.
Yes,
Sal.
he's
They
going
don't
to
have-
he's going to Philly.
They don't have $600 million.
Really?
Yeah, really, they don't.
You better check the wire
They're
transfer.
Not signing both of them.
The ACH is coming through,
Where does
buddy.
Bryce Harper end up?
I think Bryce Harper ends up in Philadelphia, and I think Machado ends up somewhere else.
Okay, all right. Does anyone end up in Chicago? Neither one of them end up with the Cubs.
No,
Well, the Cubs
no.
don't need an infielder. They could
The,
use
the Cubs need a third baseman because they're going to get rid of they're going to get rid of Chris Bryant.
So are they opening up room for Machado? Are they opening up space for Machado?
They don't want Machado.
Okay.
They don't want Machado's nothing but trouble. And all the Cub fans out there, you guys know, I got a lot of friends that are Cub fans, and believe me, they don't want this guy either. This guy's a cancer for the club.
Absolutely.
So the Yankees are the kind of team that would take a Machado, right? Even though Hal Steinbrenner.
Well, that's why
is different.
That's why he's talking about him, of course.
So Hal Steinbrenner is basically negotiating in the press with the media to get his dollar figure down. I'm sure if they could get it down to $250 million, 7 or 8 years, I think that they would go for that. Well, you know, Harper turned down a 10-year, $300 million contract with the Washington Nationals during the year. The Nationals offered him that contract when they had negotiating rights, so he turned it down. So he wants more than $300 million.
Yeah,
He wants
that's
more than
ridiculous.
$30 million a year.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. How could this guy, with a lack of effort, be worth that kind of money? I'm sorry. He's got a good glove. He's a better than average hitter, but he's not $400 million or $300 million. No way. Nobody's $300 or $400 million.
No, because what
That's
basically what you're
stupid.
saying is that he's better than Mike Trout, and neither one of those guys are better than Mike
No,
Trout.
Mike Trout is the best player. But remember, every August or July, Mike Trout gets hurt.
Yes, for a month. He takes a month
He,
off.
he
yes.
takes a month off
Yes.
every year. And so guess what?
Usually what it is, it's his hand. He breaks his finger, his hand, sliding head first.
Yeah.
He's done it like 3 times.
Well,
now.
this time he did it in the outfield this past year.
Okay, how do you
Yeah.
do that?
But going after a ball, I think he ran into the wall. Either ran into a wall or he dove for something. I can't remember what it was. It was
No,
something that
that-
happened out. Yes, it was. It happened out in the outfield. Yes, it
He
was.
hit second base out in center field this year. That's what he
Oh,
did. He
this
ran
guy.
it six-
Really?
He slid first
Are you
and
still
second
talking?
base.
Unbelievable. This guy.
I'm pretty sure that's out.
That's not how it
I'm
happened.
going to give Tommy T a nice applause for that.
Oh, yeah.
not Tommy
There's Tommy T applauding himself. Don't break your arm. Pat yourself on the back, buddy.
Oh, I can't. I mean, because I'm a little sore from the kettlebell boot camp. I can't really do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
It was very
Yeah,
good.
anyway,
Very good.
as
Very
you
good.
were.
Hey, listen, can we go back to the Knicks real quickly, though? Yeah, they had the big upset
Why?
today, the Celtics. I didn't finish
Okay.
what I want to talk about the Knicks.
I'm like,
They have,
why? It's the Knicks.
Listen, I'd like to be a Knicks fan.
Why?
I'm from New York. I grew up watching the Knicks. I'd like to be a Knicks fan.
Then
but
you
it's impossible.
Then you should be a Clippers fan.
And my father kept talking. No, I can't be a Clippers
Why?
fan.
From
Ugh.
Buffalo?
Oh.
Really?
You're right.
You have
You're
no.
right.
I know I'm right. This guy he doesn't know anything about his home teams.
Were you a Knicks fan when Ewing was there?
Yes, I
Oh,
was.
of course
I
he
lived there
was.
when Ewing was there. When we drafted Ewing in '85, I was still in New York.
He says when we drafted
Yes.
them. So Tommy was a part of the team, of course.
Was it disappointing to you what happened year after year with Ewing there?
No, it was never Ewing's fault. I always loved Ewing from the get-go. I always thought he was fantastic. They never gave him another great shooter. The best second scorer on the team was John Starks. He never had a good scorer. He had Trent Tucker. He had Starks. I think he had Ellen Houston for a while. He
Yeah.
never had a great scorer with him. And they asked too much of Ewing. Ewing was a great player, great defender, and he also was a very good offensive player.
I think he was good.
I wouldn't say great. He was good.
Well,
Yeah.
top 50 in the NFL. He made the top 50 list.
Yeah, in the NFL as well, sure.
NBA.
That's
didn't ask me for my
NBA. It's
vote.
one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're not a big Ewing fan, huh? I
Never!
thought he was
No.
a very, very good player.
No, he was a better than average player.
Yeah, I'll say very good.
Well,
I just thought I don't say great. Great players elevate their teammates.
Well, he elevated them to the finals, and he had them on a 3-2 lead until John Starks went 2 for 18 in Game 6.
Give this guy the stage.
I mean, come on, let's say it like it is. He took that team to the NBA Finals, and he also had that team playing.
He took that
neck
team.
and neck with the Bulls. I mean, he was their best player in what it was.
Do you actually think they stood a snowball chance in hell of beating the Bulls?
No, I'm talking about when they.
But you said, well, they're neck and neck with the Bulls. Not really.
They were, and he took the Bulls. There were some wars with the Bulls in those years, and he didn't have the kind of players that the Bulls had.
But he wasn't
It was
a part of that
Ewing
war.
and a bunch of misfits. I mean, John Starks. They took him off the CBA scrap heap. You know,
And
he
John
had
Starks
great
from-
players.
That's fine, but he
John
played-
Starks
he
from
played well for
Oklahoma.
them.
Oklahoma State.
Oakley, what was it? Oakley with the Knicks for a
Yeah,
while.
Oakley. Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean,
good defensive player, good
good
rebounder.
defensive player couldn't hit the ocean from a boat.
Well, no, but he wasn't a scorer.
And
But he
remember,
did other things.
they're up 3-2 in the NBA Finals against Olajuwon. They're up 3-2, and Starks goes 2 for 18 in Game 6. He wouldn't stop shooting.
Okay.
He couldn't. He shot them out of that game. They were winning that game the whole fourth quarter. He wouldn't. I was like, why is he still shooting? And then,
Because
you know what
it's
the
John
Rockets
Starks.
did?
That's why.
You know what the Rockets did? They stopped covering him.
What-
They just backed off and they said, just keep shooting. He couldn't make anything.
Right.
Was Gundy the coach then?
No,
Can't-
that was Pat Riley.
Can't throw a
Pat
pea in the
Riley was
Pacific.
strangling him on the sidelines. They, stop shooting, stop shooting. But Starks was the second best player on that team.
Okay.
He completely took the proverbial collar,
All right.
right?
Yeah, but remember, they said, listen, they were feeding him the ball. They were feeding him the ball, saying, here, shoot your way out of it, kid. Go ahead, shoot your way out of it. That's how you got to look at
You
it.
guys, you got me going so much in the Knicks, I almost forgot to take us out. Stay with us. We'll be
Oh.
back right after these commercials. Made it by 2 seconds.
That's okay. You got to turn the microphone off, too. There you go. As Steve was pointing to the light, and we'll give Steve the assist on that one.
Man, you know your stuff, Steve. I'll tell you right now. You know.
See,
enough.
that's what I kept telling you. You're
knew,
supposed
as soon as
to.
you said Pete Rose in the 70, as soon as you said the 76 World Series,
Yeah.
you said Pete Rose because we remember where Rose stationed
Yeah.
himself.
See, I bet, how long have I been telling you this? You're supposed to be doing more than what you're doing here.
Okay.
yeah,
Hey,
no,
well,
he knows his
I know
stuff.
he does. I know, that's why he's in there, right?
I just don't think Ewing's as good as.
Ewing's he's full of shit. I don't like Ewing. I never have liked
He
Ewing.
was a very good player. I mean, like I said, 3-2 in the NBA Finals with not a very good team, and he carried that team for years.
Yeah.
He was a true warrior.
Okay, folks, welcome back to Place Your Bet. I'm Sal the Bookmaker. This segment is brought to you by Cali Vegas, helping people just like you create and host your very own radio, TV, or multimedia talk show. Cali Vegas can help you with everything you need to get out of sitting in hours of traffic every day and host your very own talk show in your very own studio. Call Cali Vegas right now at 949-445-1119. That's 949-445-1119. Again, 949-445-1119, or visit them at CaliVegas.com. That's CALI Vegas.com. And tell them Place Your Bet sent you. All right, Tommy,
Very
where
good.
we at, man?
Very good. We're at Thanksgiving Eve, which we dub Thanksgiving Eve, right? And we got our traditional Thanksgiving football games tomorrow. The first game of the day is going to be the Bears at the Lions in the morning, tomorrow morning, right? Now the news is that Trubisky's not playing tomorrow. Well, he's doubtful, but it's pretty
Well,
clear.
it's not really much news. I mean, I think everybody kind of knew what was going on. And let's face it, Daniel's coming in. And so what's the line? The last line I saw was 3.5.
Yep.
Right? And so
didn't
we
go up yet.
Right. No, we got to watch where that line's going to go. I mean, what do we do here, folks? Remember, this is a sports pick'em type of show. And so placeyourbet.vegas is for what? It's for people just like you at home that are listening, or those of you that are driving to the casino right now, going to the sportsbook to do what? To place your bets on games. We have a ridiculous win percentage since we started the show. I want to say we're like 15 out of 16.
15 out of 16.
That's just crazy. That doesn't make any sense.
If you say that, you wouldn't be lying.
Yeah, 15 out of 16, and that's against the line. I mean, that's not BS either. And you know why? Because we don't have inside information that everybody else claims to have. No, we watch the money, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. Every odds maker, every sports book, what do? They set their line based on what? The flow of money and nothing else. Because remember, the guys that are setting the odds in the first place, those are the ones that have every ounce of information from the assistant trainers to this or that. Anybody that's trying to make a buck on the side, it's those guys that have that, quote, information, and those guys are giving it to the odds makers anyway. Why should we break our asses to try to figure out what we're supposed to be watching? No, let the odds makers do that, and let's just watch the money flow that goes with it.
Very good, Sal. And it's not that we don't have insider information. We know what's going on as well as anybody, but we don't claim that sets us apart, and that's why we're picking winners. Insider information is a thing of the past. That's an 80s term. That's what
Okay, let's step out for a second. Let Tommy in there sit and stew. Let's look at him through the window here. Let's make him panic a little bit. All right, let's turn this thing around. There he is. All right, here's the control room. We make our demos and stuff in here.
Out there for everyone to see, as opposed to back in the day when newspapers came out the next day, and that's when you found out. And so a guy could know something that we didn't know a whole day before.
Exactly, and that's what Sal's always talking about. Here at Place Your Bet, we don't give you our picks based off of that type of information. We're watching the flow of money, and that's what's leading our charge here. That's why we're 15 out of 16. Sal's a master at that.
Which that number is so almost unrealistic, but it's crazy.
Listen, if we're 12 out of 16 or 11 out of 16...
If we're even 11 out of 16, we're ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
We're ahead of the curve because even the experts, these so-called experts, are at maybe 63%. I mean, our numbers are just, they're really ridiculous.
You're going to make money at 63%.
Oh, you're making money because you're above the VIG. That's why.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, now, and talking about following the money, your early lean yesterday was you liked the Lions against the backup quarterback, even though Chase Daniel's not a bad backup, and Chase Daniel has experience.
No, I think they're better off with Chase Daniel in there. I mean, he's not going to be running the ball, but he's a better quarterback.
Well, yes, he's more experienced. And
he's
a
real pocket passer.
He's more experienced than Nagy's system, too.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's worked with Nagy in Kansas City. He's also worked with Sean Payton for years, backing up Drew Brees.
Right.
So the guy does have some experience. Doesn't have a lot of game experience. He hasn't started a game since 2014. That's 4 years ago. So that's something.
He hasn't started a game, but he's had some reps, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in a long time. I mean, when's the last time you saw him? He didn't play much for Kansas City the last couple of years.
Okay, but see, here we go. See, now you're going down the path that every other show with the inside information has. Well, I haven't seen him. Have you seen him? I haven't seen him. Who gives a damn? It's where's the money going? Right or wrong?
That's what I'm asking you. What inside information? I got no inside information.
I don't give a damn about that. I mean, it's really all about what? Just watch where the money's going, period.
Okay.
That's all that's to it.
Okay, so are we still leaning toward Detroit tomorrow?
Well, let's face it, at 4.5,
yes.
Yeah, I like the hook.
You like the hook?
Everything under 4, I don't like it.
Okay. So
I'm always weary of games that have a hook in the first place.
4.5 at home.
I'm always never mind that. I'm always weary about teams that have the hook anyway.
Yeah, you don't care about home and away and stuff like that.
And I don't give a shit about that or stuff about that. But the fact that I said I don't give a spit about that. What's the matter with you? But the fact is, I mean, what are we talking about here?
No approval there.
No.
Hey, if I don't give a spit about it, would you give a spit about it?
I don't give a spit about it.
Do you give a spit about it?
No, I don't give a spit about it either.
All right, I don't care about it.
Okay.
But the bottom line is, look, what are we talking about? We're talking about money flow. That's it. And if the Detroit Lions are at 4.5, I'm taking Detroit with that extra half a point.
What is it with the Detroit? How come you say Detroit?
Because I like to say D-toilet.
Okay. I don't
And
know.
so for me, this goes
back.
back to hockey, doesn't it? Now, Steve, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What's the chant in Chicago whenever they're playing the Blackhawks? Dun, dun, dun. Detroit sucks. Dun, dun. That's the Detroit.
So that's where you get Detroit.
That's where
from.
Detroit is from.
You answered my question. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, very good.
Right. I don't give a spit about that either.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so moving on to the second game tomorrow, there's also a backup quarterback going, and again, not a bad backup. Colt McCoy is playing in place of the injured Alex Smith. Now, Colt McCoy, ironically, hasn't started a game since 2014 also. The last time he started a game was in Dallas when the Redskins came into Dallas at 2-6, and he had one of the best games of the year. He's 25 out of 30 for nearly 300 yards, and he beat Dallas. That was the Tony Romo-led Cowboys team. So Colt McCoy can do it too, right?
here's the deal. He loves playing in Texas because he's from Texas.
Yes.
Absolutely.
He was a great high school
He was a
quarterback.
great, and really in Texas, high school football is like the Super Bowl down there. It's unbelievable.
And at the University of Texas, doesn't he still hold records?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he
well,
does.
he was on the last team that played for a national championship. I mean, he was.
So
So
he-
they haven't been relevant since he left.
So he loves playing
Right.
in Texas. So
Yeah.
I think we'll see a good game out of him
Interesting.
tomorrow.
Drew Brees is from Texas. Nick Foles is from Drew Brees' high school, the same high school in Texas. The other guy, the Detroit quarterback, Stafford is from Texas.
Okay.
He was a star quarterback. Clayton Kershaw was Stafford's center
Right.
in high school football, right? So, I mean, yeah, the Texas quarterbacks, they're all over the league and they're all great.
Yep.
You know, Chase Daniels from Texas. Yeah, you're right.